Yesterday, I cycled from Bristol to Swindon. In the morning, I took the train. I went to Bristol to teach my regular class in some mungos, and then I decided to do another an hour and a half Iyengar yoga class. And I didn't really have breakfast. I had like a slice of toast with avocado. Didn't pack any lunch because I was hoping to get some lunch in Bristol. That didn't happen. Um, so yeah, I basically cycled 44 miles on pretty much on an empty stomach, and some really tough lessons started to come, like hit me real hard after, well, the last hour and a half, the last hour and 40 minutes were just, it was hell. So, uh, because I looked at the map and said, 44 miles, that's not far. I can do this. And I started cycling, and my first break was just north of Chippenham. And I looked at the map. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm pretty much halfway now. And I was feeling a bit tired. But yeah, the lessons that I learned is more water. I did not have enough water. I was really dehydrated by the end of it. Not at all cool. Second thing, on the road, I had a bit of chocolate. I always have raw chocolate in my bag in case I'm low on energy. And I really noticed the impacts of sugar, um, and how your body reacts to sugar when it's in that extreme conditions. I kid you not, there were moments where I wanted to fall off the bike and just to lie down on the ground, not to get off, just to allow gravity to pull me down. There were moments that I just wanted to burst out crying. There were moments that I just wanted to puke up, even though I had no food in me. It was pretty savage, and there were moments where I just closed my eyes because I was just exhausted. I was cycling with my eyes closed in these country lanes. I was like, I probably should open my eyes before I fall into a ditch. Um, so yeah, it was the last, especially the last 40 minutes cycling. It was unbelievably tough. Like my legs started to just give up. My whole body was shaking. I couldn't change my gears. I was struggling to change my gears because my hands were going almost numb. So that's something that I need to explore, if it's stiffness in my body or if I don't know, like some weird stuff was starting to happen to my body, and I was really, really feeling it. So yeah, the major lessons that I learned is not to rush. I'm really used to, when I cycle, is to get to A to B really quickly. When you're cycling just under 4 hours, that's in my right now, my body's not ready to power through that. Um, and second thing is to prepare to be a bit more conscious about that. This is, 4 hours cycling non-stop is quite intense. So definitely to make sure to there were some moments that I was cycling through this country lane, and the sunshine came out after it had been raining, and I was like, I just want to sit down and have a sandwich. That's what I want right now. So yeah, definitely pack some lunch, some food, and I'll be really careful about the nutrients that I would get. So less starch, more carbs, just to have a constant burn, good fatty, um, omega threes and omega sixes. So some nuts, probably not a lot of fiber, but yeah, just to have that constant burn going in your body. Because I didn't finish saying about the chocolate. What I noticed is having the chocolate really give me that boost of energy. I felt that I was about to collapse. I had like that much chocolate, like a square, a half of a square, and energy just picked up for half an hour, and I was just busting it. I was going faster than normal, really, and then as soon as I got to a little bit of resistance where there was a hill, just my whole body just stopped, and I got to the point where I was walking up hills because my legs were just not capable of pushing me up. Um, and Yeah, so that's a few things that came up was nutrition, to be a bit more conscious, hydration a lot more conscious, and also yeah, not to rush, take a bit more time. So I suppose the preface of why I decided to do this trip was mainly because I had this grand idea in my brain of like, fuck yeah, I'll just cycle down to Portugal. That's how hard can that be? So I decided, you know what, I'm house sitting in Swindon. I have a class in Bristol. Let's just see how long it takes me and how challenging it is for me to cycle from Bristol to Bath to Swindon. Because I'm always curious to see what happens when we drop down our mental barriers and allow our physical barriers to kind of manifest and see when that happens. And to be fair, physically today I feel okay. I'm a bit tired because I didn't get to sleep that much, but in all honesty, I'm really tempted to do another big cycle. This time, prepare a bit better for sure. And to be, yeah, definitely a bit more mindful that it can get quite dangerous when we don't prepare and we go through these trips. So that was my journey yesterday. And one thing that really connected with me was like, there is no way I am cycling even to Swindon or even to Bath with my 40-liter backpack. I was struggling with a 15 liter backpack that just contained water. So cycling with that big guy, there's no way. So I think that cycling to Europe is slightly off the map, off my plans at the moment.